All right, Paul, we are back, baby. College football's back. We're back. Poolside bets, cash and tickets is finally back since, oh, my goodness.
Been a minute. I think we missed all the horse racing.
Yeah, we did. We usually done that before, but no horse racing going on for us.
I don't think we missed it, per se. I don't just think that.
Oh, man.
What?
As soon as we get started, now we're not in the green anymore. We got some latency in our
Oh, boy.
in our camera work, apparently.
It's all right.
Well, you know, we're trying new stuff, new cameras, new computer, a lot of things going on.
That's what happens when you get famous.
I'm not so sure that's...
You don't think that's it?
I don't think that's it.
I
think we got another microphone in here that's causing issues as well. We'll work on it. We'll figure it out. Maybe that's just in my headphones, I hope.
You might text somebody.
Because I don't... Oh, that's just in the headphones.
Yeah, that's your headphones. Now mine's screwed up.
Oh.
How come we never fixed that?
I don't know.
We fixed everything else but that.
We did.
Interesting.
And apparently everything was going just well when the intro was running. Now we get to the cameras that were working just fine prior to us going live. And then when we said start stream, things went nutty.
Yeah, well, it's probably because of the live stream delay. So we don't cuss or say fart and shit like that.
You think that's it?
Probably so.
All right. Another edition of Cash and Tickets. We're going to look like we're dubbed over, apparently. The cameras aren't picking up properly. We had that working just fine before we started. I don't know what's happening here, but you can listen to us. You can put it on. Don't look at the video, I guess. Just a little welcome back episode tonight. We'll discuss last year, kind of where we stood, what's upcoming this year, things we're looking for before we start placing bets this year. You got anything to add, Paul, before we start running some stuff down?
No, just as far as the betting goes last year, I don't really have anything. I just mainly some stats and stuff we put together. The biggest thing, I guess we need to tell everybody, just because we do it, I mean, you have to do it.
Well, that's true. You don't have to.
And, don't overbet your means. I mean, $25 in a bag of popcorn every Saturday is a good bet.
That's true.
So just, I mean, if that's what you want to do that. You don't have to try to buy that Maserati you want to buy so bad. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm ready to move on, man. Let's get all the kinks worked out of this thing.
Yeah, that's right. another season. So we'll start by something I just kind of got a rundown here. Anything we might have learned or hope to have learned going into this year that we learned from what we saw from teams last year and the ways that we bet last year in 2024. Anything we want to do different? Much you learned from last year, Paul?
Some of the notes I wrote down for myself, kind of hand jam some stuff this episode. Alabama's going to be fine. I think Nick Saban being gone, everybody was concerned about that. I think they're going to be okay. Kalen DeBoer coming in. I think he has his guy. I think it's Ty Simpson is the heir apparent to Jalen Milroe. I think he's a better fit for Kalen DeBoer. Defensively, I don't know if they're going to be the Bama everybody loves. So look for more points from them. And, as far as totals for the game, it's not going to be your Saban defense and that whole bit,
Yeah.
12-team playoff, just a fucking Band-Aid. I mean, we all, 16 or 24 teams?
Yeah.
How many teams we got to have before we're satisfied?
I don't know.
Until they put the Rebels in?
Yeah, until they put us in. I'm sure they'll keep moving that as the years go on.
You want me to keep running down my list here? Diego Pavia was a joy to watch for Vanderbilt last year. Kind of the feel-good story. Ashton Genty was good too, but Diego Pavia was like the light.
Yeah.
It's like the feel-good story.
Well, it felt like I brought him up every episode.
Yeah, you couldn't bet it. I mean, how do you bet against that kid? And he's back this year.
Yep.
So, and he's after a natty. So, we'll see what happens there. Florida State was absolutely hilarious last year. You talk about
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Freaking disaster. You went from almost being in the 14 playoff, losing your quarterback, losing the game, not making the playoff, and then absolute diarrhea the next season. I just don't. I mean, it's and I don't know what. They ought to do a study on that kind of shit. Because it's not the coach. The coach, Norvell's a good coach.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad coach.
So what happened? Ashton Genty, like I brought up a while ago, was an absolute unit. I think he had 1,000 yards rushing more than anybody else in the country, if I'm not mistaken. I think the next one behind him was Scatabo from Arizona State.
Yeah.
And he didn't run conventional. He stood up in the backfield and looked around and flipped people off and then just ran over them. Transfer QBs were, somewhat successful. Cam Ward was successful. Will Howard was successful. Cal McCord, pretty good. Dylan Gabriel did his job. But for this year, 28 of the 68. 28 of the 68 Power 4 teams will have returning starting quarterbacks. That's 41%. So the majority of the teams in the Power 4 this year will have new quarterbacks. So how does it affect it? How does it don't? You just gotta. We'll find out together. Last year, there's 4 or 5 that did well, but a lot more this year, it feels like.
Yeah, I think it's a better quarterback class.
But that's kind of my little rundown on that. So,
yeah, I just thought that what we saw last year was that kind of what we knew, though, that due to NIL and transfer portal, that especially for what we're looking at, from a betting perspective, college football, there's a lot more parity.
Yep.
And where you go there, traditional powers aren't traditional powers anymore. You're always going to see a couple small schools pop. Look at last year. Army and Navy get out there. They were studs for us on the covering line early. Due to what? Due to Bryson Daly and due to Blake Horvath, respectively. And then in Indiana, you have a great coach, takes a good quarterback, and they make the playoffs. Arizona State, same thing. Levitt. Scatabo was great. And then BYU popped. I thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in the Big 12 last year.
What an interesting story that became.
And you got Jake Retzlaff, who's no longer there because he had the audacity to diddle around a little bit.
Careful.
And so now he is gone. So that those are things that you got to look for when you're placing your bets or you're trying to cap these games. You got to make sure you the first couple of weeks. So these couple of weeks
Right.
for us, you got to really dial in there to try to stay to the head of the game until you know what you're seeing. And the biggest part is watching football.
Yep.
I see so many guys that, or girls, I guess for that matter, that are throwing in tickets, but they're not watching football. And it's tough now. You got to know these teams. You got to see them. That's why we got, how many, we got, what are we watching? 6 TVs at a time, Paul? I mean, we're not watching as close as we can, but we're seeing, we'll turn our attention to a game. We'll watch. We'll see what
we
the
kinda
performance is.
Yeah.
So that's a big, all these transfers. There's some teams that have brought in 50 new players this year.
One of the things too from last year's we talked about the Big Ten, about the jet lag between the West Coast schools.
Yeah.
East to west.
Going on the road.
Yeah. The teams that went east to west did fine. The ones that had to go west to east, not so.
Well, they
good.
weren't. Yeah, and that's you used to see that all the time in NFL too.
Yeah.
Anytime teams from California and the 49ers traveled, the Seahawks traveled all the way to the East Coast, it was never a good for them.
Yeah, and that could have something to do with the amount of talent they have coming back. The teams weren't as good. The USC, UCLA, they're not as good as the Ohio States, Penn States, Michigans. But, we'll see how they adjust. And they're going to have to get bigger and stronger. We'll have to see how that works for them. But
That's true.
we'll see.
All right, so some trends that we're looking for this college football season, 2025. I'll get started here, I guess, because I let you go on earlier.
Okay.
One thing I always look for, just for me personally, is to find that QB that's going to ascend, or 2 or 3 this year. Years back it was I wasn't looking for it, but it was Joe Burrow that popped for LSU. Of course, he had a stacked wide receiver room that year, and they were just good all over the field. And not only did they ride that to a national title, they rode me I rode them pretty well to a lot of cashing tickets.
Lucky you.
All right. And then I bet against coaches that I don't think have what it takes to be a head coach.
I know a couple.
And there's some out there that I don't trust. You got to watch them in different games. And this really comes into play when the lines are small, when you're talking about 5 and under. You got to watch that. Look for QB and coach matchup there.
Time management.
And then if you got the better head coach and the better QB, and the line is small, I'm always on that side, whether it's getting points or giving up points. So last year, if you want to talk about quarterbacks, last year, I've already mentioned them, it was Blake Horvath for Navy and Bryson Daly for Army. Because of those two guys, those two teams hit. Gave confidence all across the team. Both defenses played pretty well, especially against same competition. And they were dynamite covers, first halves, full games. I mean, it didn't matter. As long as the QBs were healthy, you were pretty much on the right side of that. You won way more than you lost with those two teams. So, and I'm not saying look at Army and Navy this year. I think Horvath is back for Navy, so maybe you want to check them out early.
Keep him healthy; they'll be fine.
I think Bryson Daly's gone for Army. I'm not sure, Paul. I think
so,
this was his last year.
But the guy that's backing him, that's going to come in, had a lot of playing time because Daly got hurt a few times.
So on the flip side of that, last year, we knew from the get-go we were going to bet against Florida State literally because of DJ Ukulele. I mean, we didn't trust him. We knew he was bad, and then that whole program imploded. Yeah. I mean, that was easy. You could see that from the get-go. Yeah. And then one surprise last year for me was I didn't trust in Cade Klubnik. I had.
You have him and the guy from Penn State. You just.
I still don't like him. No,
don't believe him.
I'll ride with Cade Klubnik early this year because
those guys are fifth-year quarterbacks. I think
Klubnik showed me something last year. I mean, he surprised me, and Clemson was dynamite first half covers. I think I bet them first half 6 times in a row and went 5-1 because Klubnik turned into a QB that I didn't think he could be. Now on the other side of that, Drew Aller, I don't trust him. I mean, Penn State's going to be just.
You think it's him or the coach?
They're so well. That's see, and that's the thing. There's two. I don't know that I think he's a good coach. I think he's a crap human being. But and I mean, he's like yeah.
What did he
do? I mean, the whole Vanderbilt stuff he did there when the way the players were acting there. I don't know. But
Not a fan.
I don't
Fair
believe.
enough.
I don't believe in Drew Aller. Now, but they've got the best running back room in the country and one of the top offensive lines in the country. That's going to take them a long way.
And they bring in Jim Knowles.
But you still got to have they went out and got Ohio State's defensive coordinator. But you still got to have a QB that can make some plays down. Hell, their leading wide receiver left at the end of last year. If Drew Aller's supposed to become this great quarterback, and they're talking about first, second pick in the draft.
Yeah.
If he's that good, why did his top wide receiver leave and come down to Oxford?
Because he was throwing it to the tight end all year.
Well, Tyler Warren. Yeah. I get it.
No,
I mean, you got Tyler Warren, but
no, they
think
did
about
not, they
it.
didn't,
He can't move it down the field.
No, you're right. You're right.
So if they run into a defense, anyway, we're just there's no reason for us to just sit here and talk about Penn State. But
semantics.
Yeah, I mean, a quarterback I don't trust, Drew Aller's going to have to show it to me. But they're going to beat the hell out of some teams early just because they're way better than them. And then last year it was Levitt at Arizona State. I did not see that coming. He transferred out of Michigan State, goes to Arizona State, and all of a sudden they're in the playoffs. So up to now, that's all I got, Paul. So things you're looking for here in 2025.
I'm gonna back up a second and then go forward. Just to welcome to the podcast, Poolside Bets Podcast, brought to you by whatever beer we're drinking.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, just to follow up on last year's ATS stats, which are against the spread stats, which is all we care about.
That's true.
Arizona State was 12-2, 85.7%. Which, if all you did was bet ASU last year, you made a ton of money. Marshall was 11-2, Minnesota was 10-2, Notre Dame was 12-3. So those are just a couple teams, like trend-wise, that were the teams that if you were going to be on them, you'd have made a ton of money. Leading into this year, I got a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to try to skip through a lot of it. Teams like Appalachian State are 6-22 ATS in their last 28 games as a favorite. Just things to look at. I'm going to go through the ones that mattered this week. Here's one that kind of you got to figure out. As an Ole Miss fan, Georgia State is 21-9 ATS, 70% in a road or neutral game since 2020.
That's pretty good.
But Lane Kiffin loves to run the score up.
Yeah.
So you got to figure that out. Which team you're going to go by? Georgia Tech is 5-17 ATS, 22.7% as a favorite. They're favored against Colorado. Got to look at that. Northern Illinois 5-20 ATS at home, 7-19 as a favorite over the last 5 seasons. They're a 10-point favorite against Holy Cross. It's fucking Holy Cross. I mean, am I getting anywhere with this?
Yeah.
Am I landing?
Gotcha. You're landing. It landed.
I mean, these are all good numbers. I mean, I got a ton of them here. I could go on for days, but here's one that I looked at really, really close, and I hope I'm not stepping on your picks at all. I may be. Oregon State is 19-7 ATS.
Yeah, you're stepping on one of my picks.
Okay, I'll leave it alone.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
At home over the last 4 seasons, 73% over the last 4 seasons at home. Oregon's a 1-point favorite or?
They're also this year going to be the worst team in college football.
Which one?
Cal.
All the transfers they brought in,
bro.
These are their numbers, man.
These are the numbers.
I'm just giving you the numbers. Texas A&M is 3-11 ATS, 21% in non-conference games over the last 3 seasons. They got UTSA, and UTSA is plus 23.5. If I had to guess, that game ends on 23.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, So I got a ton of shit here. I'm gonna say I built me a little Bible of a book here. I don't know if that's the right word, but just something I can go back and look at throughout the year and if it applies, and I'm going to use it. If it don't, one of the things I wanted to talk about is who this season do you think will be last year's Florida State?
Well, that's kind of where I was going to go next.
Okay.
Literally, my next sentence was, "Who will be this year's Florida State?"
No shit.
I mean, that was fun to bet against last year, right? And then, like, I thought Arizona was going to be good, and they were awful. That's another one. Michigan took a drop, but we kind of expected that because I don't think either you or I believed in any quarterback they had on the roster.
Man, Alex Orgy's playing at UNLV now.
I mean, we liked the defense, and that came through at the end. But I mean, they did they even make a bowl? Were they 5-7 or something? I mean, then you had USC and Auburn, and OK State. Holy shit, what a drop off for them.
Yeah.
That was bad. So yeah, those are the teams I'm trying to find this year. But then on the flip side of that, who's going to be this year's BYU and Indiana?
Yeah.
Who's going to be this year's Arizona State? I mean,
Right.
I mentioned BYU. Retzlaff is gone, so they're going to a true freshman at QB. So watch out, Indiana may take that drop that I thought they were going to have last year. Indiana no longer has Curtis Rourke at QB, but I love that coach. I mean,
Yeah.
Kurt Signetti.
Well, they also brought in like twin brothers or some shit, or brothers to back, So that quarterback room is set for the next 8 years.
And they
I
lost a
guess.
dude on the defensive front, C.J. West. He's actually at the 49ers now and earned a starting spot on the defensive line in the NFL. Right. So it's a big, big loss. But I do love that head coach a lot. As I mentioned earlier, I don't like Drew Aller, but Penn State's not going to fall off. There's too much talent there. So, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to find out who's going to be the Florida State or the Arizona, I mean, there's bad teams that we know are bad, but we didn't expect those two teams to be bad.
I got one.
You found one?
I found it.
Oh, all right.
You ain't got to go far from Tallahassee either.
Oh, Miami?
Mm-hmm. Carson
Beck. Yeah,
Carson Beck
I
ain't it, boys. He just ain't it.
Well,
Not
we said the same thing last year. It was DJ, whatever the hell his last name
Ukulele.
is. Yeah. So I'm with you. I don't.
Carson Beck ain't it, boys, and I ain't sold on Mario Cristobal either.
I'm not either.
I mean,
Cam Ward held them up last year.
So Cam Ward could sling that son bitch, man. It didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
I mean, Carson Beck ain't it.
I don't think so.
So I don't know, man. I think they play Notre Dame the first Saturday. I'm telling you right now, I'm on them. I'm already on them.
Lock it up. Paul said that's a lock.
That's a lock, man.
Miami at home.
Yep. Right now, I think I got them at -2.5. I'm hoping somebody goes and bets. I hope it comes down to a pick 'em. So, anyways. Anywho, what next?
What next? This fucking camera shit. It's really bad. Anyway, what did I have next? I mean, I brought up Michigan. I know they've named I think Bryce Underwood is a QB there.
I don't know how much playing time he's going to get.
Man, I just don't know.
$3 million a year to ride the bench.
I mean, he was named starter.
Oh, was he? Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Well, to be fair, to be better than what they had last year, I ain't asking a lot.
And then, like we mentioned earlier, don't count out our boy Diego Pavia.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, you got to find the right games with Vanderbilt because it takes more than one guy. But don't be careful betting against him. Is all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, my 3-team teaser I put out yesterday does not seem to be faring well.
Well, Boise State is not doing so hot.
And they're down 17-7, I think. Let's take a gander.
It's 17-7 in the third quarter right now.
Yeah,
I had to check the phone because we're having some bad issues with our.
Josh said it's not bad.
I know, but we look like a Japanese dubbed over film right now.
We'll work on it. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah,
First show.
we may have to do something different with our cameras.
All right, so I did a few things. You got what do you want to
You did a few things?
Yeah, well, I got the Ole Miss future. That one I brought for you. I'm going to expect some reimbursements. And then I got the Steelers, of course.
That says Super Bowl winner.
Yeah. You don't think so? Well, give it back. I'll hold it.
Nah, I mean, I'm all over it. I love it. I think Brock Purdy's about to have a breakout season.
I know you wasn't going to get it, so here you go.
Look at you.
Yeah, I feel like
Where's your Steelers Super Bowl bet?
right there.
Oh, there it is.
So don't call me.
Plus 40-1. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yeah, I got them locked in.
What if we play each other in the Super Bowl? You're a winner either way. Wouldn't that be something?
We're going back into the Brinks truck.
All right, so I think I mentioned just since we're from Mississippi, obviously, and I don't think it's any secret that Paul and I are Rebel fans. So I just thought maybe we'd talk about the team, all the team, the three major teams from Mississippi: the Bulldogs, the Rebels, and the Golden Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This year,
the fighting Brett Favre's.
Just so for those that are around here, you want to hear about your team or what we have to say, and it doesn't matter, obviously. Just some things that I wrote down. So I'll start with Mississippi State. Obviously, it's year 2 of Jeff Lebby, a former offensive coordinator under Lane Kiffin in Oxford several years back. Blake Shapen comes back under center for the Dogs, and I think they really like him. I mean, they had him last year and he got hurt, but I think Lebby really liked Shapen, and I always thought he was a decent quarterback. Then they added the big running back from South Alabama, which is a great name, Fluff Bothwell.
Yeah, I think we wanted him also.
So I do like that addition there. And the State hit the portal harder than they have in any year prior. They brought in 59 new players, Paul. Yeah, 59.
Needed to.
And it's a big year for the Dogs. They got to have something. They got to show some movement forward. They don't have to. I mean, even if he goes 5-7. I think that's in how you play. The losses can't be 30-point losses.
How much of what happened to Mississippi State, and I'm not trolling by any means because I've talked to Mississippi State fans and I've gotten their opinions on it. How much is it bad hiring as far as the head coach, or is it just administration not giving two shits about the athletic department?
I think it's both. They made a bad decision when Mike Leach passed away. He had that thing kind of go. They had some momentum. They were fun.
They were fun, but I mean, were they?
I mean, they were winning. But they were making bowl games.
But I mean, is that really what you want?
No, but what are your expectations? I mean, if you don't have money right now? You got to have money. I mean, I don't know what their money situation. I doubt they're probably the last 3 or 4 teams as far as money's concerned in NIL. When it comes to the SEC, I'm sure it's more than it's more than other Power 5 teams, but
yeah,
I mean, but you live in the SEC.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions. I get, so if you start talking to people, actually, like if you talk
that
to
care,
me, you talk. Well, yeah, you talk to me and you about the Ole Miss program. Our opinions may differ about things. I mean, our expectations changed in the last 2 years for sure.
Well, they have to be way up now, right? After what he's done there.
Last year was a disappointment.
A little bit of letdown. Had to be.
I can't. To be honest, it was a letdown.
And Lane hasn't run away from that.
Yeah.
Like when Paul Feinbaum asked him, Lane basically said, "Yeah, last year was a failure."
Yeah.
Because we had a team that could have competed for the national title. Yeah. They didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know if Lebby's the answer. I don't know what they're going to do there. I don't know. If they go out there and they go to Southern Miss, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
For them
why
to do. Who's scheduling
I don't
that
understand
shit?
that.
I don't know. I mean, the guy that they hired at Southern Miss is a great football coach. He's going to have them ready. They got freaking talent transfers coming in, too. Maybe not what State has, but...
Yeah, I mean, State has the worst defense in the SEC in 2024. They brought in some transfer help on the D-line. Secondary is a little bit of concern because their top player in the secondary transferred to Texas Tech. But here, I guarantee you this, that they're not looking past Southern Miss because they got to have wins, and they've got to win their non-con. So you're going to get everything State's got in this first game against the Golden Eagles.
How fired up do you think the Southern Miss is going to be?
Well, they are going to be too, but I'm just saying usually SEC teams aren't. Like Ole Miss isn't going to be super fired up to play Georgia State. You know what I
No,
mean?
I'm with you.
But State's got to have this game.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Paul's going to be right back.
I'll be right back.
Where are you going, Paul?
Right here.
He's going outside. You going to take a little quick break outside? Talk to God. No, I don't want. We're going to take a look at the scores right now because we do have football going on. I know Paul put something out on our Twitter. If you follow us on Twitter, it's not going particularly well. Tough one. South Florida is up 10 on the Boise State Broncos. Ohio's down 14 to Rutgers, but that's within his teaser. No, North Carolina State's jumped out to a 17-0 lead in the second quarter on East Carolina. So that's not going particularly well tonight. We'll try to do better. Of course, we just put that out. Paul put that out on the Twitter last night. But you'll get our locks pod tomorrow. That will go for our record. That's where we do our counting. I forgot to mention that, Paul. Before we'll finish up the Mississippi teams. And then we'll get to that at the end.
My bad. I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's all good. So we'll hit the Rebels next. Again, they hit the portal hard. Sprinkled in a few high school talent. Simmons takes the helm for the Rebels after the departure of Jackson Dart to the NFL. And I'm just going to tell everybody, with all your red and blue glasses and those who thought that Simmons should have stayed in ahead of Dart during the Georgia game, get ready for some mistakes. The kid is young. It's his first year starting. There's going to be double-digit interceptions. I
don't see a problem.
I'm just trying to see. That's where they're coming. They're coming. Just be ready for that.
The kid graduated college at 14. I don't understand.
All right, just because he's smart don't mean he won't throw interceptions.
Some bitch is gonna be in NASA by the time he's 22.
Yeah. So what was the kid at Tennessee? Dobbs. Joshua Dobbs, the rocket scientist, whatever.
Yeah, they've had some great quarterbacks at Tennessee.
Also, the Rebels lost 4 linemen off their number 1 D-line from a year ago that are now on NFL rosters. 4. Walter Nolan.
Yeah, that's good.
Princely Umamielen.
Who?
J.J. Pegues.
Say about my mama.
And Jared Ivey all made NFL rosters. So that's really, really strong and hard to be. I mean, you got Perkins, Suntier Perkins is back. He's going to be a stud, I believe. And T.J. Daugherty is primed for a breakout season at the linebacker position. So I think they feel pretty good about their defense, even though they lost. Trey Amos is competing for a starting job for the Commanders as a starting corner. So we lost a ton of. I'm just saying, don't.
No, I mean,
you got to temper your you got to temper your expectations because and then your quarterback you lost, he's going to be starting for the Giants probably by week 4 once they get sick of Russell Wilson's shit. So I think they upgraded the running back room. The wide receiver room is stacked. It's not just Trey Harris and some dudes.
They're good. Yeah.
Will the O-line stay healthy? That's a big question. If the O-line stays healthy, Simmons is what everybody thinks he's going to be. I think the defense had a lot of guys that played behind the top guys last year that were good. I think Xavier Harris is going to be excellent. They just don't have the depth that they had last year on defense. So it's going to all come down to health, I think, for the Rebels.
Well, I feel like the O-line at Ole Miss has always been an issue.
Always been a problem.
I mean, it's not just the last 5 years, just throughout the history. It's the depth that we've never had. We've had really good talent, but after that, it's just always been this huge drop-off, whether it be from a redshirted junior to a true freshman or whatever the reason may be. So I'm with you. The O-line's always got to be good. There's no excuse. I mean, they have to be good. I think the defense is fine. They're going to be fine.
I think they're going to be okay. Like I said, they just can't afford any injuries. They don't have the depth they had last year.
Yeah. Oh, last year. Yeah. Well, maybe we just sneak up on everybody.
Because the guys that were coming in behind that awesome D-line last year are now the starters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of talk about, I think, Xavier Harris and then
William Eccles,
yeah.
Cam Franklin, Yeah, there's some guys there, and then you got Princewell, who Mom yelling. He's got to take a
What'd
step.
you say about my mama?
And then they got a kid from LSU, Deshaun Womack.
Okay, yeah.
Talented. He's just got to take a step. I mean,
Right.
he's got to play better than he has.
You got to turn them loose, man. Turn them loose.
So if you talk about the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, you're talking about the Marshall Thundering Herd.
Yeah.
Charles Huff comes over from Marshall after leading them to a 10-win season. He brings over 20 players from that Marshall team. Can they gel quickly? That's going to be the issue. Can they mix in with the current players? Are they going to get it turned around? It's an entire new O-line. It's 5 dudes, all from 5 different schools.
What's the line on that game? Do you know?
11, 12, somewhere in there.
What's the over?
That I don't know. I don't know the over-under. Marshall QB Braylon Braxton comes in to lead the Eagles. He had 19 touchdowns and only 2 picks a year ago. Defense wasn't awful. They returned a couple of guys, including standout linebacker Chris Jones, but the secondary looks to be a weak spot for the Golden Eagles. That's all I got with Southern Miss.
Well, it's not a good spot to be weak against a Jeff Lebby offense.
True.
I don't think I will watch that game. Maybe. I don't know. It's an 11 o'clock kick, but there's some dynamite games on 11 o'clock Saturday morning.
Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We'll probably dive into that a little bit tomorrow when we start giving our locks.
Hoping my damn teaser comes on in there. That was a.
I'm hoping I can get these cameras worked out. I think I'm going to ditch one of these cameras and go back to the phone camera or something. This is pissing me off. Is that something for the? So I should have saved that for later.
Yeah, it is a delay. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great.
All right. Well, we apologize for our technical difficulties. It ain't our fault. It's damn AI. You know, the more money you spend trying to do this, the worse it looks. And we're just gonna go back to somebody's sketch drawing our ass and writing
that's
shit
right.
in. We're gonna have Dave Brown doing the commentary.
Dave, watching Jefferson Pilot, 11 a.m. Saturday morning.
Yeah, I'm locked in, man. I'm ready to roll, man.
So what I meant to mention, we went 52% last year by my Clarksville High School math.
Oh, that's good. That's good math.
Kicking shit over there.
My sunglasses.
We got to get new interns. They're not pulling their weight around here.
Mm.
So our goal for this year is to try to get somewhere around 56, 57. The ultimate goal at some point is 60. Paul thought, should we go to 60? I mean, I guess we could just say 60. That's not an easy thing to do, especially with these first few weeks.
I'm not
I mean, it's going to be tough.
I'm not sure. I don't mean this. I don't know. This is how I want to say it, but I don't know how it's going to be taken. Jesus Christ, Boise.
Oh God.
I feel like for us, we've been doing this full, like legit 3 years. This will be our 3rd year, I think. The first year, I feel like it's kind of like the contract year. Like we gotta.
That's our contract year.
We gotta get it done, man. We gotta.
This is our 3rd year, right? I think it's our 3rd year.
60% is doable for us. It is. It's doable. It's not like it's a far, we just got to stay in pocket, locked in, and get it done.
How long do you think you're going to be able to keep me in pocket?
I think I've already lost you. You're so mad about these cameras. I'm glad. I can't believe we got through this show without you.
We're going to keep your camera. I don't understand. We should be able to run 2 cameras. It makes no sense.
All right. We're going to work on the cameras, man.
I'm so frustrated about it.
Thank you guys that do watch. We appreciate the people reaching out to us, asking us for picks and when we're going to do a show. Any of you guys out there who are looking to do what we've kind of been doing here the last few years, where you're pretty much putting your neck on the line, putting these picks out, because it's easy to look like a fool doing this shit. It's done every day. So, I mean, the guy, if you want to do it and you want to reach out there and try to get it done, man, more to you, and we'll help any way we can. Not to say we're good at it, but
yeah,
it's not. It is a thankless hobby at this point.
Yeah, right.
So, anyways,
all right. Well, look, we're going to be back tomorrow at noon, bringing you our picks our locks for the weekend. It could be some Friday night games, sprinkle with some Saturday, maybe even go into Monday, Sunday and Monday. There's a lot of football going on. So look, stay tuned. We'll probably do this about noon tomorrow, noon to 1. We'll get that show put in. Either join us live or just pick it up before you hit that betting window. So it's been Cash and Tickets. Welcome back, show, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining, everybody.